I'm Gretchen Schott, and this is Made for Impact, a show for leaders who want to leave a lasting impact on their organizations, their teams, and their lives. Today, I want to talk about the last time that you felt content. I was doing a devotional the other day, and I was in this really great prayer space, and I was thinking about what we do with our Sundays and how I'm a woman of faith, I'm Catholic. And so for me, Sunday is a day of rest. We basically go to church and then really don't do anything else but just rest my brain, rest my body, take that time to just be in that moment of calm. It doesn't always work that way, but it's certainly something that I strive for. And the idea of rest leads me to this idea of feeling content. So when was the last time that you felt content? And when I started thinking about that word content, I realized it's the same word for content. And when I think about what makes me feel discontent, often is the content that I'm consuming. When I'm spending too much time on social media, doom scrolling, boredom scrolling, right? When I am not filling my brain and my heart with content that is life-giving, when I am obsessed with focusing on achieving goals. And we talk a lot on this show about making an impact and setting goals and having an intentional purpose, which I think is all well and good. But if you're feeling discontent, I'd invite you to think about the content that you're consuming and how is the content leading to you feeling content. Now, I don't know if this is a big deal for you. I hope it is. For me, this was like a revelation moment because when I was thinking about the idea of being content, I actually asked Siri twice, Siri, spell content, Siri, spell content. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm spelling it right. Like I literally thought like, I've got these words mixed up. No, it's the same word, guys. It's the same word. And so as you're thinking about your leadership journey and the influence that you want to have in the world, the impact that you want to make, when you think about the actions and the decisions that you're taking, wedded to the values and the beliefs that you have, whatever is at the center of your life, that is what you determine the content that you invite in. And whatever is at the center of your life is when you will feel contentment. So when you're out of sorts and you're feeling overwhelmed, what are you doing to find rest? What are you doing to experience contentment? Too often, we strive for goals, we reach for goals, and then we move on to the next goal. We don't even rest and celebrate. We just accomplish something awesome and big. And that gets us into this feeling of overwhelm. Every single week, I got to be working on being my best self. Every single day, I got to work on my best self. All really good intention. But the reality is, we make ourselves crazy and overwhelmed by not resting in our achievement, resting in our accomplishment. And we don't rest because we don't know what it looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like to be content. So I invite you this week to really think about when was the last time that you felt content? Content with your job, content with your relationships, content with your finances, content with your health, and write it down. Go back into that moment and really experience what that feels like to feel content, rest in that moment. And then you can go consume other content. Hopefully content, though, that is life-giving to you. Hopefully content that is informing you, that is grounded in affirming your values and your beliefs. Content that allows you to make decisions and create action that supports what's at the center of your life. Because what's at the center of your life is what's going to lead to the influence and the impact you have in the world. I'd be curious if this kind of rocked your world like it did mine. I have literally been thinking about this for probably like 3 or 4 days, and I keep going back to this idea of content versus content. And it makes me as a podcast host and a producer of content, the other thing that I realized was I spend probably 90% of my time generating content, creating content. And so is the content I'm creating life-giving to other people, or is it just distraction and noise and causing discontent? So do me a favor. If the content I am creating brings you contentment, gives you opportunity to rest, pause, refocus, I would love to know that. And if it's not, I really want to know that too, because I'm going to get better at creating that content. But if this isn't something that you're thinking about, I'd ask you, why not? What are you spending your time on? Right now, it's the beginning of October when I'm recording this. We have several more weeks left in the end of the year here. And this hasn't been a great year for a lot of people. So what are you doing now so that the end of the year can be a place where you feel content with who you are, what you're doing, how you're showing up? That's what I was thinking about today. I hope it's meaningful for you. And I would love it if you like this to like and give me some stars for the show as well. Share it with your friends. Those of you who reach out to me and let me know that you're listening, I so appreciate that. It makes my day every time. It makes me feel content to know that the content I am creating has had a little bit of joy and impact in the world. As you're going throughout your week, I hope that you are connecting with people. I hope you're sharing the show. I hope that you are thinking about ways in which you can be your best self. But most importantly, I want you to remember, you are made for impact.